Welcome back to Tendencies. I am your host, Jay Suave.
And I am Jreese.
And ladies and gentlemen, it is finally October. And we saw some pretty scary games this week in the NFL. I kind of want to start off with these right here. Just one game that I thought I don't even want to watch football right now. The Denver Broncos beating the New York Jets. The Jets only scored 9 points in this game. And I'm not gonna lie, it was so ugly. At halftime, Bo Nix was 7 for 15. Guess how many yards he had, Jaden?
7 to 15. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 62 yards. Around there.
He had -7 yards. -7 yards.
Wait. You said 7 to
You heard
15.
that correctly.
7 to 15.
Yes,
-2 yards.
-7 yards. How
How?
does one even fathom this?
How? How does 7 passes go -2 yards?
There was a six-way tie between like six receivers having 0 yards. And I'm like, bro, this is insane. And the thing is, I was watching the game whenever it started. And on the first drive, cool. They sack Aaron Rodgers first play. And then force a fumble. Brandon Moss, he got recovered by Brandon Jones, he got recovered by Riley Moss on the third play of the game. Thinking, okay, this game might be fire. Broncos might steal another one from another pretty solid team, which is what they did. However, all they did was do nothing on offense, bro, and it was just so ugly. I didn't even want to watch after halftime, and I really turned on a different game. But it's just like seeing this Jets team. We've talked about it before. They haven't like shown us what we needed yet. Like
Mm-hmm.
this team should be top five. Like they have Aaron Rodgers,
Mm-hmm.
and we haven't even put them in the top five yet.
Like they have a
They
great
haven't
running back.
played. They haven't played like a top five team,
They have a great running back.
and they
Two
got
great
the.
receivers. Like they have a really
That's
good
what I'm saying.
defense.
Braylon Allen is getting in there with the running backs though,
I
but
remember during what was it? Who they play week 2? I think it wasn't the Patriots, was it? No,
the
it was definitely the
49ers.
Patriots. Week 3, because I think they've hit the Patriots week 2, and then or it might have been the Patriots. I just remember Braylon Allen and Brees Hall was a mean 1-2 punch on I
Yeah,
think it was Thursday Night Football.
during week. Oh, Thursday night football. That was the Titans.
Titans, was it Titans?
They played them week two.
I'm talking about week 3. It might have been. It might have been.
Oh, Patriots.
Okay,
Patriots.
it was the
Patriots.
Patriots, then I'm tripping. But yeah, that 1-2 punch between Brees Hall and Braylon Allen, they were going crazy, dog. And like, the thing is that I've seen a lot of people been saying, and Aaron Rodgers himself has even said, him and Garrett Wilson are on the same page yet. Just because, yes, they've played together in the offseason, but they haven't had those moments within games, so they haven't really clicked yet. Because Aaron Rodgers still feels like he's throwing to Devante Adams when he's throwing to Garrett Wilson, expecting Garrett Wilson to be where he needs him to be, like Devante Adams would be. But Garrett Wilson's not on that same page, so he's running routes a little differently than these other guys. So it's more of Garrett Wilson's on the Aaron Rodgers page, and that's the page you want to be on because that's a Hall of Fame quarterback, arguably top five quarterback all time. I don't think it should be arguably. He is a top five quarterback of all time, and you got to get on his page. You know what I'm saying? Because no one
Yeah,
can read a defense in this league like Aaron Rodgers can.
that's what I'm saying. And like, it was just ugly all game.
Hmm.
You don't want to watch it. I didn't want to watch games like the Colts and the Steelers. Like it was just like a ugly week.
Hmm.
Besides yesterday, the Lions and the Seahawks were fire, bro. Jared Goff finally breaking out of that shell he had this season.
Jared Goff.
Amon Roth throwing a touchdown to Jared Goff. Are you kidding me?
The what's it called? The Detroit Lions did not throw a single incomplete passes today. Jared Goff, 18 of 18. Amon Ra, 1 of 1. Like, bro, Jared Goff, 18 of 18, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns. Insanity, bro. Insanity. We're talking about Jared Goff, bro, in the year 2024, going 18 of 18 in a game against a 3-0 team with a really good
Hey,
defense.
bro, I could believe it, but like, I think what's more crazy to me is the fact that they dropped 42 on this defense,
Hmm.
and this I don't know why it does, but this reminds me whenever the Ravens played the Lions last year, and we were thinking, oh, this is gonna be a good game. There's gonna be a lot of points scored, maybe not a lot of points scored, maybe someone blows each other out.
Hmm.
Baltimore put belt to ass on on Detroit. It was so bad.
Bro, let's
But K9 had 3 touchdowns for my fantasy team. All I gotta say, shout out K9.
Bro, that one broken tackle he had, which was crazy. Bro did 2 flips on the ground, got back up, ran like 5 yards, and then got tackled again. But just breaking that tackle in general was insane.
Yeah.
But you was talking about belt to ass, bro. Let's talk about belt to ass for real. Philadelphia got whooped by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on on the in the early window. The early window. So that means that the rest of my day was ruined because it happened. It was the first game of the day. It was on Fox, so I watched the whole game. I don't think I watched like the last 5 minutes, and I was like, yeah, it's we're done. But bro, we lost 33-16. Hurts had 0 touchdowns, 158 yards. He was sacked 6 times, bro. 6 times. Like Lane Johnson, we need you back, bro. Like Tyler Steen played great when he came in for you on against the Saints, but against the Buccaneers, Tyler Steen allowed. Let me see, how much was it? I think it was 9 pressures total, which is crazy work,
Yeah.
bro. The defense was cooked. Like defense, everyone's put the blame on Jalen Hurts. I don't think it was Jalen Hurts' fault. Yes, Jalen Hurts should have played better, but when the defense lets up 170 yards and 3 touchdowns in the first quarter of football, it's hard to win football games, man. It's incredibly hard to win football games at that point because you're down 3 touchdowns. You're out your number one wide receiver. You're out your number two wide receiver. You're out your number four wide receiver, and then you're out the best right tackle in football. And you know what you don't do in the first 9 plays? You don't run the ball. You run the ball 2 times or 3 times in the first 9 plays of football that you have. Like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what are we doing here?
I forget. I forget that y'all have Makai Becton too,
Hmm.
but this defense letting up 445 yards, 6 yards per play. That is insane. That's a first down every 2 plays,
Like,
y'all. Like,
Baker Mayfield was just getting that ball out quick, quick, quick. Like Darius Slay was getting cooked, bro. Then Darius Slay wanted to go out like not less than an hour after the game, tweet about his personal stats, talking about when you mention me, mention my great career. Like, bro, that's not what we need to be doing right now, bro. You got to see on your chest for a reason, bro. You got to motivate your team, bro. You ain't got to be on Twitter right now. Then the day after, bro, that made me even more mad, bro. With one of our biggest rivals went on Micah Parsons' podcast laughing at your teammate, TJ Gardner Johnson, bro. That's not good for the locker room, bro. That's part of the issues we had at the end of last year, bro. We can't be doing that now, bro. You can't go on to your biggest ops podcast and just conversate with him like ain't it's not nothing. Unless you're me and Jay, because Jay's my biggest op and I talk to him every week, bro. Twice a week on the pod. We really don't see each other as outside of this, bro. It's just an hour, 2 hours a week.
nah, for real. But speaking of like, I know you talked about the defense and everything, but we also have to like we can't not blame it on the offense either.
I'm not.
Y'all didn't get a first down until the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, until like the last half of the second quarter, until like 6 minutes. So like, I mean, you really can't say too much about both squads. I mean, Baker Mayfield played his butt off. So like, I got to give my props to him. The Bucks are like 3-1, but they
Yeah.
I feel like they played everyone like at their worst though. Y'all have y'all's 3 best guys out, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So
Yeah. Like, what I'm saying is, I'm looking forward to this Bill Belichick, Brian Flores, um, what's the old dude that was on the Titans, Mike. Mike, what's it called? What's his
Mike
name?
Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel. One of
Vrabel.
those three guys, or Ben Johnson. One of those four guys, our head coach next year. Loved it. Can't wait. Um, it's bound to happen. It's inevitable, just like Thanos. So, man, that's you know what we talked about it earlier, bro. We talked about a little bit about last year, the Ravens and the Lions. Let's talk about the Ravens finally finding their rhythm and steamrolling the Buffalo Bills. Like it was, and the Bills are hot. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. But King Henry,
Yeah.
209 yards, two touchdowns. Excuse me. Lamar, 156 passing, two touchdowns, 54 rushing. The defense, they did play really well against a really hot Bills team. You know that just had what they put 40 up last week. They put I don't remember how much they put up in week 2. I remember it was a lot. They put up 30 something week 1 to come back against the Cardinals. So like this offense isn't like well everybody was worrying about how the offense would look during this season because you know you're losing key pieces of that offense, especially Stephon Diggs, who's one of the best receivers in football, and to be come out swinging like this. But shout out the Ravens. You know we were talking about how the Ravens were struggling early. You know they were 0-2 to start off the season. They came out against Dallas, laid belt to ass there in Dallas. You know, Dallas was making a comeback, and Lamar Jackson said after the game, "Hey, we need to keep our foot on the pedal on the gas." That's exactly what they did this game. They weren't playing no games. They didn't let up at all. Was it 30? Was it 33-10, 38-10, something like that?
Yeah.
Like insane game from that Ravens team.
All I know is whenever old boy asked Kyle Hamilton, who should we look out for on the defense tonight? And he was like, any dude wearing black. That was hard,
That's
bro. I ain't
hard.
gonna lie.
That's hard.
And like that's foreshadowing at its finest, bro. He called it.
Hmm.
And they literally did everything to stomp on them boys. Like first drive, Henry's going 96 yards, you know?
But what's it called? You want to talk about the Cowboys a little bit? That Cowboys Giants game.
Bro, I don't even want to speak on this trash team, bro.
Which
But
trash team?
almost, bro, the Cowboys
Okay,
almost
thank you.
losing to a squad only kicking field goals is insane, bro.
Hmm.
I'm not gonna lie. Like we talked about this team last week. That's like I mean, we literally said Giants might come in there and whoop y'all.
Hmm.
They didn't, but like they were going down. They were going down the field. 6 minutes left. I'm thinking to myself like they are about to score. Like if there's any way to score right now, they get six right now and beat them by two.
Hmm.
You know?
The
But
only
I'm over
reason
here
why they
like,
lost was because of their quarterback. You know what I'm saying? During the broadcast, they were talking about Daniel Jones has been really good tonight. Are we watching the same game? Daniel Jones has been underthrowing every ball, and the receivers have to come back every time he throws the ball. Like Malik Neighbors, 12 receptions, 115 yards. Daniel Jones tried to kill Malik Neighbors so many times. There were so many hospital passes where Malik Neighbors just got blew up after he caught the ball. Like the first drive, Malik Neighbors wide open, but a little bit more ball air under that ball. Put it out in front of him. Malik Neighbors scoring a touchdown, scoring 6. You underthrow him severely, he has to come back to the ball. Lets the safety come back, and it was like if y'all scored one touchdown the whole game, y'all would have won that game because the
yeah,
Cowboys like Dak had an efficient 221 yards. CD had a 7 receptions for 98 yards. Dak had 2 touchdowns, but that run game was still not good. You know that run game 23 carries for only 83 yards between all their backs and the quarterback. 3.5 yards a
yeah,
carry. That's not great. You know, y'all could like the Giants really could have won that team, and I truly believe after they get a quarterback in the draft because they are getting a quarterback, whether it'll be Shador Sanders, Quinn Ewers, um, hopefully it's not what's it called? Hopefully it's not old dude from what's his name? Hopefully it's not Carson Beck. Y'all draft Carson Beck, y'all crazy. Y'all this is more Daniel Jones, bro. But hopefully y'all get a good quarterback in this draft because you will be a good team. So actually, hopefully you don't get a good quarterback in this draft. What are you talking about? You guys are the Giants. You're our rivals. I hope y'all don't get a good quarterback. But I honestly think they're a quarterback away from being probably not Super Bowl contenders, but really good playoff contenders, like a really deep playoff team. Because I definitely think
yeah.
they can get
The
a
fact
good
that
wide
they've
receiver help and stuff like that.
the fact that they've already made the playoffs without a good quarterback
Hmm.
says something. So, but I think the thing is with this team, way too many penalties. during the game, especially in the second half. They saw Micah get knocked out. They saw D-Log get knocked out. And Zach Martin get knocked
And
out.
Diggs was out for a while too. Diggs was also out for a
And,
while.
and still couldn't win this game.
Hmm.
And it's just sad to see. And I mean, Malik Neighbors has a concussion too. So, like, I mean, he had a good game, but, like, now he's cooked. The Cowboys are even more cooked.
Like they're
Like,
about to
it's just
get
going to be sad for them,
walked
bro.
by the
Like,
Steelers, bro.
oh, yeah, for sure.
Like there was,
Fields' legacy game, and I'm here for it.
bro. There was like so many plays though where the Giants receivers they're putting all the blame on the Giants receivers. The Giants receivers were honestly running wide open downfield, but Daniel Jones can
Yeah.
give them the ball because I think you get Shador Sanders in there, you get Quinn Ewers in there. They're making that deep ball. Shador Sanders, he's playing behind a worse O line over there in Colorado than the Giants have because Daniel Jones honestly has a pretty decent amount of time to throw that ball. He's not getting rushed
Yeah.
every play like people would make you believe. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunate for Daniel Jones. You know he did win a playoff game. I'll give him that. But bro has never been that guy in New York. So it's about time they move on.
Taking a dude from Duke that early was so crazy. I remember that year. I was hoping that they would have took Haskins.
What was he? He was the ninth overall pick, wasn't he? Something like that.
I, I don't even know. All I know is he went before Haskins.
Yep.
Rest his soul. But after that, I want to I kind of want to put that. I forget what you said exactly. Carson Beck,
Mm-hmm.
the Bama and Georgia game, bro.
Ryan Hollywood
Oh my
Williams.
god.
Ooh.
Bro, I saw a dude say if I did a spin like that, like my legs would have been like in the different direction, and like my head would have been down. I was like, bro, what does this even mean, bro?
Bro, it
But
was crazy, bro. I'll let you talk about it first, though.
and it was just crazy to see because like I remember watching the beginning for like a little bit because I was out with my family. The next thing you know, I look at the game, 28-0. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I told some of my friends Alabama was gonna win this game. There was no doubt in my mind that they'd win, but there there wasn't anything in my mind that said they would be winning by 4 touchdowns. And then George just says, nah, F that. Comes back all the way to where they are leading by 1 just for Ryan Williams to go catch a ball that's not even in his like range. Catches it, hits a spin, runs, hits another spin, breaks the tackle, touchdown. And I hate Bama so much, but I love their stadium whenever they score, how it goes
Mm-hmm.
dark, bro. It's so fire, bro. Like I would be so hyped. But you know me, I'm more of a what's it called? I'm more of a JJ guy anyway.
And man,
But that was a good game.
it was crazy.
By
I'm not gonna lie, cause I
that
got
was
off.
something we probably won't see like again the rest of the year. Not gonna lie.
I don't know.
However,
I don't know. I don't know. The rest of,
Jeremiah Smith better though. Jeremiah Smith better.
hey, look, what's it
Come on
called?
now.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I got off of was it like a 9 hour shift at work? I was mad tired, bro. I fell asleep when I got home, bro. I missed like the first half. I looked at my phone. It was Bama was whooping them boys. I saw Jalen Murrow already had 2 tuds. Ryan Williams already had a touchdown. I was like, oh, this is gonna be crazy. And you already mentioned it. Once Georgia started coming back, they took the lead late in the game, and then Ryan Williams. You know, I thought that was gonna be a slow, methodical drive to waste some clock and kind of kind of drive downfield. But Ryan Williams the Malik, not Malik Neighbors. What's it called? Jalen Murrow threw that thing deep. Ryan Williams turned around, caught it, spin move. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, that spin move looked low key kind of slow. But once bro turned on those jets, bro was gone, and bro was
The
17 years old, dog. 17 years old doing this crazy work, bro.
the first part was like pretty quick, but like
Hmm.
whenever his back was turned,
Yeah,
that was like slow.
exactly. That's what I'm talking
But
about.
like
There.
it had him catch up to him though,
Hmm.
and just made him miss.
But like I'm not gonna lie, that wasn't that great of a ball. Like it was a pretty decent ball, but it wasn't like a great ball and nothing like that. But Ryan Williams did a great job at locating the ball in the air, adjusting his body to catch that midair. Because it was low key a little underthrown because you saw how much he had to turn back for it. Luckily, the defender ain't looked back because Loki, the defender, could have broke it up. But that was just a great sequence, a great play. And you see, Ryan Williams' NIL deals went from 715K to 1.5 million after that game. Like, I wish I was getting 1.5 million in NIL deals. Like,
No,
oh
for
my
real,
goodness.
bro. I'll be out there with an AMG, a Hellcat, bro. I'd be out there with a pickup truck. Come on now,
Like, whatever you need me to promote, bro, I'll promote. You feel me? I'll promote Old Spice. I'll promote a GMC truck. You know what I'm saying? I'll promote it all.
nah, for real, bro. But staying on the topic of receivers, we're gonna get into Devante Adams right here. He officially requested a trade today. He said that he would rather be departed from the team, rather be traded.
Hmm.
And I'm not gonna say we've seen straight just terrible ball from this team. However, they are sitting at 2-2. They've been outscored by 19 points and outgained by 222 yards in the last 4 games. 24th in yards and 19th in points. I'm not gonna say it's like terrible. I'm not gonna say it's the worst offense in the league, but it is pretty mid. And Devontae, being 32 years old, has had the chance to go to a Super Bowl, hasn't made it, has been all pro plenty of times, has been the best receiver in the league plenty of times.
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure he wants to be with someone who, or some team that has a chance to run for it.
Hmm.
And if you saw what I posted on Twitter today, I posted teams that I think have a real chance at getting Devante Adams. And I got the Kansas City Chiefs, the New Orleans Saints, and the New York Jets. And we've seen Kansas City got to trade for guys in the deadline for like the last 2-3 years.
Hmm.
You've seen Marquise Brown. I forget who it was. The Kadarius Tony
Yeah.
also, yes. But they're
Nico
not new to
Hardman.
this.
My bad.
Yeah, like they aren't new to this. I'm pretty sure they're gonna try anything they can to go get him. I'm not gonna lie. But it would kind of be crazy to see him back with Derek Carr on the Saints. But like,
I don't think he want to go back
I,
with Derek Carr.
I would hate playing him. I would hate playing the Saints,
Hmm.
and it would just get Rashid Shaheed more open.
Chris
And
Olave
Olave,
too.
that's a filthy squad.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh my
Hey,
goodness.
hey, the Chiefs are playing the Saints this week, so this might be the Devonte Adams Bowl. You know, you never know. Whoever wins this
Nah,
game
for
get
real.
Devonte Adams. But yeah, those are like I also had the Chiefs on my team because the Raiders are only like they started marketing him. They said they're only really asking for his second round pick, like a late round pick, and like maybe another conditional pick, which is actually really crazy. You know what I'm saying? Devonte Adams only going for a second round
Yeah.
pick, but you know his age and everything like that does play a factor into it. But him on the Chiefs, like especially after Patrick Mahomes just killed his receiver, just straight up, like not even like what's it called? Not like I'm not talking about like with a hospital pass. Patrick Mahomes really killed Rasheed Rice on the tackle, bro. But the Chiefs would be so much scarier with Devonte Adams because they're already double teaming Travis Kelsey. So and Devonte Adams is not a guy you want in single coverage. Devonte Adams is him. You know what I'm saying? We saw it countless times in Green Bay. One of the best route runners in the league, if not the best, because I think he might be up there with the best right now in his career. Because um, it was what's it called, Amari Cooper. But Amari Cooper, you know, he's not the same guy he used to be. I think Amari Cooper right now is actually leading the league in drops, which has nothing to do with this. I just wanted to bring that up. Stephon Diggs, I also think he's one of the best. I think it's really between him, Diggs, and Adams right now for best route runners in the league. Because those guys are like when they run their routes, it's like poetry in motion, dog. You seen the edits on TikTok to some Erica Badu. It's always Erica Badu when it's route running because you know it's smooth. Erica Badu or some
Yeah.
Sade. You know, the Jets are also a team pairing him back up with Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, if they do that with the Jets, I don't know who they would. I feel like they would have to trade away one of those receivers.
That's what I'm saying, right?
It'd probably be Mike
Like,
Williams, honestly, which would be unfortunate.
like I could see it happen,
Hmm.
but like that's like my lowest out of the
Yeah,
three. You know.
Two of the other teams, honestly, I think that are in the running that you didn't mention though are the Commanders and the Steelers. Because when Brandon Ayuk was on the market, those are two teams that were also in the lookout for a wide receiver. Looking at Brandon Ayuk, so were the Patriots, but he would not want to go from the Raiders to the Patriots. At that point in his career, so I feel like
There's no
the
reason
Commanders
to,
and
bro.
Steelers are a really good option, especially the Commanders pairing him up with pairing Terry McLaurin up with a guy like that, but Jaden Daniels, who's looked like a stud in the first 4 games of football this season, would be so scary as an Eagles fan for our division. Because honestly, the Cowboys don't even worry me this year. It's only the Commanders in our division. Because that Jaden Daniels has been playing pretty damn near perfect football the last 4 games. And then the Steelers, you already know the Steelers. They've been looking really good all season. And George Pickens, he's that guy, but I don't think George Pickens is a number one wide receiver. I didn't think so last year either. So I think getting him a number one wide receiver to bounce off of like Devante Adams would be really great because they already have the great defense. Justin Fields has really been improving every week as a starter in Pittsburgh. And sorry, Russ, but you're not getting that starting job unless Justin Fields get hurt. Let me knock on some wood because I really hope he doesn't. Because I'm loving Justin Fields in Pittsburgh right now. But honestly, out of all these teams, what team I would prefer him to go to? I honestly would like him to go to the Steelers. I think that'd be a really fun thing to watch because I think that receiving room does need help. I think Jalen Warren's a good running back, so we'll take the load off that like he has been. Najee Harris, he's been steadily declining since his rookie year. I remember last game he was talking about the team really helped lead this comeback. It wasn't just one guy in Justin Fields. Najee Harris, you had 1.5 yards a carry. Like, come on now. But I think that.
Bro, but like every time you see them play, they like the offensive line just stalemates.
Mhm,
So like if you're a good running back, you can get past that. But like if you're as big as Najee Harris,
mhm,
if your offensive lineman is stalemating with the defensive line, you are not getting anywhere. Which like sucks for Najee because like it gives him so much hate.
mhm.
But like Zach Frazier and Troy Fatanu, they haven't played bad. So like Najee should be playing better. Like I
Mhm.
agree with you in that circumstance.
But I think that Justin Fields has been steadily improving after week by week. But you saw what happened when he got DJ Moore in Chicago. His passing number
Yeah.
skyrocketed. Imagine him with Devante Adams now. Dude, like I
Oh
like DJ
boy.
Moore too. I know you love DJ Moore. You love him a lot more than I do. But Devante Adams is significantly better than DJ Moore. So imagine pairing him up with Devante Adams, like crazy, bro.
I will be spamming circle, bro. Tay every
I'm
time.
saying, bro, like I feel like this is because they were this close to getting Brandon Ayuk. They low key dodged a bullet because Brandon Ayuk his hands turned into butter
Low key, yeah.
ever since signing
Oh
that
my
contract.
goodness. Dodged a bullet.
But like if since they didn't get that wide receiver one they wanted with Brandon Ayuk, go all in for Devante Adams because you guys are a contender every year. Mike Tomlin has not had a losing season. He's not gonna have one this year because this team is a lot better than the teams he had the last 3 or 4 years. So go ahead, get him Devante Adams, and that Steelers squad will be scary. So I think that's the team he should go to. You said the Chiefs.
I think I think the Chiefs go with him. I think best fit. That's some good. I think he would best fit on the Jets, but like
Mm,
I think the team that is gonna get him is the Chiefs.
mm,
But it would just suck for like I don't think it's likely with the Jets. However, I think it'd be the best fit just to go play back with A Rod, but maybe not at MetLife, bro,
mhm.
because MetLife Field sucks.
I think that the best fit and the team that would be the most likely to get him is the Steelers because that team is so young
I just
all
think
around too.
I just think they don't pass the ball enough.
Devontae Adams
Like
will
like
make you
they
throw that ball.
yeah, but like they lead. I mean, they could have passed the ball whenever they got Pickens. Like you don't have to think he's wide receiver one, but if you don't get the ball enough, no one's gonna think that. You
Yeah.
know. So like if they're gonna sit there, I'm pretty sure they lead the league in rushing attempts this year with like 77,
Hmm.
and like the Chargers are like second with 76. But the thing is with that, if you aren't running the ball, you can't. I mean, if you are running the ball, chances are you won't be considered the top five receiver.
Hmm.
So, and that's like half the reason that was last year. Whenever I mean, he had 1,400 yards last year, but Raiders run the ball a good amount of times, and a lot of other receivers had career years last year too.
Yeah.
But I want to stay on this topic of teams that could get them, the Commanders. So we're gonna go to our next topic with that. Are they pretenders or contenders, Jreese? We have seen in these 4 weeks pulled out 3 wins. Jaden Daniels looks legit. It's looking like they have a genuine franchise quarterback under center here. When it beat the Arizona Cardinals 42-14. I didn't think that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie. That was crazy work. However, he's got a clean pocket. It's proving me wrong. Throwing down the middle, throwing to the outside, throwing everywhere. And being a precise pocket passer. So I'll ask you, how do you feel about the Commanders this year?
Hey, going into the season, you knew how high I was on Jaden Daniels. I said he was gonna. I said I liked him better as a prospect than I liked Caleb Williams. And he thought I was crazy because he was like he runs too much and he doesn't take care of his body when he runs and stuff like that. And
I mean, hell, he didn't.
hey, he didn't. He still barely does. You feel me? But look,
Yeah,
but everything that I liked in college, I'm liking now, and this is the exact reason why he won Heisman. He's just an incredible football player. You know what I'm saying? 23 years old, so he
yeah,
knew he had to polish a lot of that stuff. He's throwing over the middle. He's throwing it deep. He's throwing accurate. I don't want to say they're contenders, but they're far from pretenders. You feel me? I feel like they're
yeah,
right on the verge of being contenders. I'll say they're a solid playoff team, but they're not quite contenders yet. But I'm leaning more towards that way than pretenders. Because I don't think that this is all the fluke. You know what I'm saying? Um, I still don't like Cliff Kingsbury offense. I don't think it translates well to the NFL, like we saw in Kyler. I hope it's not a Kyler situation where Kyler was playing great in that offense the first half of the year and then it just declines. Like that's just a common theme with Cliff Kingsbury offense. You feel me? But they
yeah,
have had really good wins against both the Cardinals and the Bengals. The Bengals he had was it 3 touchdowns, no interceptions that game, 2 in the air, 1 on the ground, I believe, and he had that late touchdown, deep ball, perfectly thrown to Terry McLaurin in the spot only Terry McLaurin could get it. Trusted his number one guy, and that was a great ball from, and he had a defender right in his face. He got hit right when he threw that ball. That's a throw a lot of quarterbacks can't throw consistently. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're Patrick
yeah,
Mahomes, I really don't see a quarterback hitting that as often. You'll get that throw from Lamar Jackson. You'll get that throw from Jalen Hurts every now and then. You'll get that throw from Joe Burrow. You'll get that hurt from Josh Allen. But aside from Patrick Mahomes, who hits it constantly, because Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks to play the game of football. It's just talent at that point. Jane Daniels was doing that. He did that multiple times against the Bengals. I didn't watch much of the Cardinals game because I think wasn't that in the early window, or maybe I'm bugging.
yeah,
Yeah, so it was on the same time as the Eagles game, and I was too busy watching my team get belt to ass by Baker Mayfield. So, but I didn't really there wasn't much I needed to watch. They won 42-14. You know what I'm saying? On a Cardinals team that I had a lot of praise, I had a lot of hope for. I was back on my K1 for MVP train, for God's sake. But yeah, like he only had 1 interception through these 4 weeks. He has the highest. He holds a record for the highest completion percentage by any rookie throughout this 4 game stretch. I think Kyler Murray was at 4. Then you have I don't remember who the other two were, but it was 2 other recent quarterbacks. I think it was Joe Burrow maybe from his rookie year, and then someone else. I don't remember who it was, but that's still a really good stat. Highest completion percentage.
yeah.
He completed. I think was it 82% of his passes of the first 4 games, or was it 92? Was it 82 or 92? I remember it ended with a
I think it was 92, bro. It was
insane, bro.
insane.
He had 1 incomplete pass against that Bengals team a week ago. The only loss they had, like that was pretty bad, which is the only loss they've had all season, was to the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers are a really good football team. All right, you can't sugarcoat it. They're a really good football team, and the defense has looked okay. You know what I'm saying? They look really good against the Cardinals. Obviously, they look good against the Giants, and they look good, but they didn't look as good against the Bengals, who were driving out of field pretty much every drive. They would score a touchdown every drive. So it's really a shootout between um, that Bengals team, and then they obviously had lost 33 to 19 or something like that in week one against the Bengals. I mean, against the Bucks. So I think they're closer to contenders than pretenders. I really think they're a talented team. I think it's mainly has to do with the fact that Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn are changing the culture up in there. But I wouldn't quite say full contenders yet. But I will say I'm leaning in that direction. What about you, Jay?
I'm not gonna lie, you hit it right on the head with that one. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen Magic Johnson as happy about anything in like since I've been born. Like, come on now. But he wants the fans full force whenever they play Cleveland this week. And I feel like we're in midseason now. After the first 4 weeks, you kind of see how teams are going to be the rest of the year. We talked about this last week, and but to me, it just looks like another like C.J. Stroud situation again. Because their first 4 games, Houston Texans last year were 2-2.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud had already had a 300-yard passing game, and what's it called? Actually, 2 of them, because he had 384 whenever they lost to Indianapolis week 2. But like, it just like looks like another situation about that. New QB, solid QB, new head coach, revamped defense. Makes me so mad how they have Chin and Luvu. Bro, Luvu got an award this week for how he played. And I'm like, bro, I wish we had him, bro. Um, but the team just looks different this year. And I really like you said it all. Like I'm not even gonna like kind of piggyback off it because you hit it right on the head. But like this team, they aren't they aren't contenders in my opinion because I think this is a 9-win, 10-win team.
Yeah.
You know, it's gonna be tough because they played the AFC North and they play the NFC South. That's a tough schedule right there. However, and they're in the NFC East. That's a tough ass schedule. And they're already 3-1 in the first quarter of the year. This team can definitely win 9, 10 games. I'm not gonna lie, and make a wild card and probably shock somebody if they end up winning their division.
Just like
So
the CJ Stroud Texans last year.
that's what I'm saying, bro. Like it's literally that situation. But getting into that, you got anything
I was
else?
gonna say, I was just picking back, like saying that CJ Stroud, second overall pick, behind the quarterback everyone thought was going to have high expectations for. Caleb Williams, he's not playing. I'm not saying he's going to playing horrible. He won last week, against Matt Stafford and the Rams, but it's not what they expected from the number 1 overall pick over there in Chicago for sure. And you have this number 2 pick showing that he's a stud already. So it's like exactly like we saw last year. So it's kind of crazy.
Maybe it's better to be the number 2 pick, bro.
Maybe, unless you're Zach Wilson.
Oh. Yeah. But I mean, maybe just go to the better team. And
Yeah.
speaking of better teams, we're going to get into our top 5
We're
teams.
gonna do games of the week first.
Yeah, let's do it. Games of the week.
You go first, or let me go first?
Yeah. My first one is going to be the Jets versus the Vikings. I honestly think the Vikings pull this out. I'm talking about the game that they had last week. Only scored 9 points. Y'all remember me talking at the beginning of the episode, just talking mess about the Jets. I think the Vikings pull this one out, but I know some Green Bay fans. They're like, Aaron Rodgers is the only guy that could probably beat the Minnesota right now. But I'm like, Aaron Rodgers, I don't think has ever beat a Brian Flores scheme. I don't think he's played a Brian Flores scheme, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Because he was injured last year whenever they would have.
Unless he
But,
played the Dolphins at all, whenever he was on the Dolphins.
Nah.
Because I don't think
They
he
didn't
played the
really play
Steelers
the
that
Dolphins.
year when Brian Flores went back to the Steelers, and it was still
I don't
pretty much a Mike Tomlin defense at that point.
Yeah. Then second game, I got the Bills versus the Texans. I want to see how the Bills bounce back from this. I'm not gonna lie, because getting stomped like that on the road and it's just boom, 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 like that's terrible. And I'm not gonna lie, they just didn't have the defense to fit the run. And I'm wondering how the Texans are going to use their running backs for this game too, because I know that film was insane.
And the Bills just lost the key guy on the edge in Von Miller, who's out for 4 games due to a personal conduct suspension.
Yeah. Then my last game is going to be the Cardinals versus the 49ers. And I'm really excited to see this one just because I want to see how the Cardinals kind of bounce back from last week. Because they need to lock in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
they're sitting at 1-3. We were talking about K1 MVP 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like, they got to lock in. They've lost their 2 last games since that. 49ers finally came out, dropped 30 points for the first time since like week 1, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But they look good. And it's a solid division match, bro. Like, what's better than that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Hey, you ended off with a division match. I'm gonna start off with a division match. I have the Bucks and the Falcons. I think that's gonna be a pretty good game. The Bucks just came off of a really good win. Really good win. God, still mad about it. But the Bucks have looked like a really good team all season. The only game they lost, who was it in week 3? They lost week 3 to because they beat the Lions in week
Detroit?
2. Week
Oh,
1 they
yeah.
beat the Commanders. I don't remember who they lost to in week 3, but the Bucks are
Bro, we talked about it. They lost to the Broncos.
oh yeah, that was a fluke. All right, the Bucks are a really
Yeah.
good team. That's not gonna happen again. The Falcons, they struggled week 1. We saw, you know, but these last 3 weeks show that the Falcons in those close games they can pull it out. They have a really good 2 safety duo, a really good cornerback one in AJ Terrell. They have really solid defensive line. Matthew John out there causing the pressures, everything like that. Linebacking core, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't know much about the Falcons linebacking core, but I think it's a pretty solid core. The offense, pretty great. Kirk Cousins is getting better every week. He's getting more comfortable after that Achilles tear, so that's good to see. Bijan Robinson's still a stud. The wide receiver group is really good. So I think this team should match up well. Um, I just thought of more stuff about what made me so angry about the Eagles loss. But just follow me on Twitter. You'll see everything I retweet, everything I say, pretty much about only the Eagles losses. I also had the Bills and Texans, but I'm gonna skip past that. I had a backup game just in case you said that one, so I'm kind of glad you did. I have the Ravens and Bengals. Division matchup, always gonna be tough. The Bengals just got a good win. It was against the Panthers. Like no shade, Jay, but
They shouldn't have won, bro. I'm so
they're
sick.
still the Carolina
And
Panthers.
I'm not.
You feel me?
The thing is, I'm not even gonna. I was just so mad. And I didn't even like want to. I didn't even want to talk about it. But the fact that you brought it up, I have to talk
Talk
about it.
about it, brother.
'Cause
Speak your truth.
the game was going good, man, and I think it happened. Like it literally happened at halftime. Bengals driving down the field, swing pass to Zach Moss, gets him for a touchdown. Half of me's like, yeah, this dude's on my fantasy team.
Hmm.
We'll just come out, stop him, and go score. No, that did not happen. They came out, scored, we didn't score. And then it was just like, matter of fact, like, I think we ended up scoring first, and then they just kept on running up the score, bro. And they dropped 34. Pretty sure we lost by 10.
Yeah, it was like
34
34,
to
34.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, it was just a game we shouldn't have lost.
Hmm.
So, and losing by that much, I mean, like, you would think, like, no one should say that. Like, whenever you watch how your team loses, it's always like, bro, that shouldn't have happened,
Hmm.
you know?
Every time I think about that Falcons loss, God, 2 heartbreaking losses to 2 freaking NFC South teams just pisses
Yeah.
me off. But my last game, I didn't want to put this game, but like I'm really intrigued by it, and I don't know why. And like both these teams suck, but I have the Dolphins and the Patriots. I'm
The
not gonna lie.
battle of mid,
I
bro.
don't know why. That's exactly that's why. But look, the Patriots started off really good. The first 2 games, they won week 1. They almost beat the Seahawks in week 2, but they've fallen short the last 2 weeks. They really got embarrassed week 3, but last week I think they played a lot better. But shout out to Jacoby Brissett, a real warrior, being in that system instead of Drake May. Just taking all those hits, getting killed every play.
Yeah.
But I think that I want to see how the Dolphins look this week with what's his name, with Snoop, Huntley, Tyler Huntley back at quarterback at
Yeah.
2 weeks in as starting quarterback. I feel like he was still learning the offense this last week, so Mike McDaniel's was really hesitant with what he was calling, a lot of screen passes and behind the line stuff, because he didn't trust Tyler Huntley now for the first time. Hopefully, he opens up his playbook a lot more, because the playbook was designed around Tua, and it's kind of hard to make revolve that around Tyler Huntley now. But Tyler Huntley's not a bad quarterback at all. You know what I'm saying? He's a crazy to
Yes,
say,
he
but
is,
he's a
bro.
Pro Bowler. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback.
Bro, he was Pro Bowler just because he was on the Ravens.
I
But I
know.
think I'm not saying that like it's a system,
Hmm.
but the Ravens were such a run heavy team whenever he
Yeah.
played. Really, all he had to do was run the ball and they'd win.
Yeah.
Like they lost to the Steelers on the last week of the season
Hmm.
last year, but like honestly, they were already first seed, so it didn't matter. And at the second time, like it was a close game.
Hmm.
Like, come on, bro. Like y'all are two playoff teams, and then next thing you know, it's a close game.
But
Bro, it's just so
I
frustrating.
think Tyler
I
Huntley.
don't think he's good.
I don't think I'm not saying he's bad. He's a backup for a reason. You feel me? But he's one of the better backups
Yeah.
in the league. So I think giving him a fair shot right here, just letting him kind of do what he do him. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. Um, and kind of just take over the game. You feel me? Because he has really good
All I
weapons.
know is
So
the best QB2 in the NFL is the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton, or Tyrod Taylor, or Drew Lock, or Jameis Winston.
I didn't
So,
say that's how he was the best. That's how I say one of the better ones.
uh, I mean, like, there's only a select few of better ones, bro.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, Andy Dalton's not even a backup anymore. So can we call him a?
He was a backup,
But
so
is he? Nah.
now he starts. But
And is he?
whenever he came in as the backup,
Mhm.
he was the best backup in the NFL.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it to you. But yeah, that's my last game. Like I said, it's not gonna be a good game, but I don't know why. I'm excited for it.
But yeah, bro. And after that, we're gonna get into our top five teams, our last topic of the day. I think my teams have not changed drastically, but they've definitely changed again. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna start off with this. I still have the Lions at five. I think they came off a good game yesterday, scoring 42 points. There was a lot of controversial stuff yesterday, but honestly, I feel like it always happens with the Lions. There's always something controversial with the Lions or with the team that the Lions are playing. Number four, have the Baltimore Ravens bounce back this week. I think they had, 300 yards on the ground?
Hmm.
Insane. 300 yards on the ground 2 weeks in a row? Yeah. Number three, I still have the Texans. They played a pretty solid game this week. Didn't really show, like, any weaknesses that you saw from their losses. Number two, I have the Minnesota Vikings, bro. And they are this win away from the Jets this week from being number one. Because I'm so close to taking the Kansas City Chiefs down. So hopefully, who do the Chiefs play this week? Hopefully they lose, bro.
The
Oh
Saints.
yeah, Saints lock in, gang.
Of
But
course.
hopefully the Chiefs can lose this game. Hopefully the Chiefs can lose this game because like they just always seem to pull one out, bro. And it seems like they will pull one out on like any team in the league, you know,
Hmm.
because the defense is that solid. Andy Reid, great coach. So those are my five.
You know what's crazy, bro? We pretty much have the same
Mm.
list. The only thing is, instead of the Detroit Lions at 5, I have the Buffalo Bills. Even though they get curb stomped by the Ravens, I still think they're one of the better teams in the league. I think that offense just kind of ran out of gas. It kind of showed that they are missing those pieces that they need. But I'm not worried
Yeah.
about it. You know what I'm saying? The Ravens are one of the better teams in the league. And I have the Ravens at 4, Houston at 3, Minnesota at 2, Kansas City Chiefs at 1. And yeah, I was
What can we say, bro? Great minds think alike.
yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. One might be a little greater than the other. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say who, me, but look, you know what I'm saying.
No.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. That's all I got.
But yeah, man, I mean, that's all we got for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in once again with us. Make sure y'all drop y'all's top five teams. Maybe y'all got some game of the weeks. I know we got some Cowboys fans here. How are y'all feeling about the Cowboys versus the Pittsburgh Steelers? I know I already talked to some guys. They said they're getting stomped. I'm like, y'all ain't got no faith in y'all's team? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see this week. And thank y'all for tuning in. And we will see y'all Thursday.
All right, see you guys.